And nice to have you with us on 9:30 today. Well, of course, the Grammy Awards tonight, 8:30, I beg your pardon, on the 7 Network. And to speak about their predictions and tell us who's going to win all the awards, it's nice to have in the studio today the Budskis, of course, from Triple M. And we welcome Paul and Jamie. And from the opposition, B105, Steve, nice to have you with us.
Thank you, Rob.
So tell us about the awards and how important they are. We know, of course, when it comes to movies, if you win an Oscar, you can almost be guaranteed of more people coming to see your film. What happens with a Grammy? Is it that important, Paul?
I'd say it is. Basically, like you're saying, it is like the movies. It's recognition for the artists themselves when they're being voted as by their peers. Who has the best talent and who has the best music.
It also can generally guarantee you some extra record sales too, because and I suppose that's the most important thing for the artist, because if they get the Grammy up there, then it sort of tends to generate a lot more interest among people to have a listen to someone that they may not have listened to before.
So, Steve, how does the voting work? Does the population at large have any say in who wins a Grammy?
Not really, no. It's an industry thing. It's peers amongst the American music industry and worldwide. So basically, the population as a whole don't get a say in this one.
What if your peers don't like you? I mean, what happens if you're an unpopular sort of a guy in this industry?
You won't be going to the podium.
Yeah, you won't be winning anything, basically.
You're in big trouble. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to have a look at the categories and the nominations, and you're going to tell us who you think will win. So Best New Artist comes up first. We'll have a look at those on the screen. These are the nominations for the Grammys. Arrested Development, Billy Ray Cyrus, Sophie B. Hawkins, Chris Cross and John Cicada. Who do you think's going to win, Paul?
Well, Billy Ray Cyrus is one of our favourites and has always been ever since he's been on the music scene. So
I don't believe that.
So it's been a tough choice, so we've gone for Arrested Development.
Yeah.
You're happy with that, Jamie, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Arrested Development.
All right, Steve, B105, who are they going for?
Well, it's actually not funny that they're joking about Billy Ray Cyrus, because the way these things work, that's been such a big gimmicky song last year, it probably will come away with the gong, but I'm also going with Arrested Development. I think.
So you agree on this one?
Yes.
No feuding here on the set.
No, he's just following suit.
All right, we'll go to, sorry, Jamie?
Definitely good to see a bit of pop music though with some credibility, because it's it's not just straight pop where they're just singing about whatever.
And they're really singing?
Well, there's social issues is what they're singing about.
Anti-racial message in their music as well. So
is there a seriousness coming back into music at the moment? Is that a trend perhaps we're seeing?
Well, music is such a great way to actually bring across an opinion to the public, and Arrested Development certainly do that with their anti-racial message.
All right, so Billy Ray Cyrus misses out. Best Pop Vocal Female is on your screen there. So we won't run through all the categories. You can see those at home. Who's going to win this?
Well, I thought perhaps Mariah Carey could take that one out. She's been a fairly popular mainstay in the American music scene for the last few years.
And I have to go for Vanessa Williams. I think that she has a good chance of.
But we thought that K.D. Lang could be a bit of a dark horse. Unfortunately, not many people in this country have
We're not
heard
hedging our
of
bets here, are we?
But I've got a question though. Isn't Billy Ray Cyrus in that one though?
Not according to the information we have.
Female.
So
female.
So,
and I'm going to agree with Jamie too. I think Mariah Carey, because the category is actually called Best Female Vocal Performance, so I think you can't argue with the unplugged performance and those high notes.
So 2 Mariah Careys and 1 Vanessa Williams.
Or Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, okay.
Something about the hair.
As an outside chance. Best Pop Vocal Male. Here we go. We've got Eric Clapton, Peter Gabriel, Michael Jackson, Elton John and Lyle Lovett.
Well, I think that the nominations were correctly written here, incorrectly written. I think they should have had Billy Ray Cyrus in this one as well. But Jamie and I have agreed on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at if it's supposed to be a pop category, not wishing to put down people like Peter Gabriel and Eric Clapton, you wouldn't sort of really consider them to be pop artists, current pop artists. I mean, they're certainly wonderful artists, but no, we've gone with Michael Jackson.
He does that well, doesn't he?
Steve disagrees.
I beg to differ, actually, yes. I think, again, I'm going to go with the name of the category, and I think that Peter Gabriel has such an amazing vocal style, and the Us album was great, so I'm going for Peter Gabriel for that one.
Best Pop Vocal, Album of the Year. It's a pretty good nomination.
This is the big one.
This would get tough, I assume, for you guys to pick out of Eric Clapton, K.D. Lang, Annie Lennox, here too, various
A couple of these albums too we haven't really heard a lot of in this country.
Right.
So Paul and I based our prediction a lot on just the chart action in the States.
And it was very tough for us once again, being that Billy Ray Cyrus wasn't mentioned in this category as well. So we had to basically go for various artists, didn't we?
Yeah, the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack, because it has a very wide range, and it also was one of the top charting albums in the US. So we've gone with the figures.
Our money's with that.
Steve has someone else stepping up to the
Yes,
podium.
rock and roll. This time, U2, Achtung Baby. I think it's certainly one of the best albums from last year. It's produced a bunch of hits, and with the Zoo TV tour that they backed it up with last year across major part of the world, I think Achtung Baby.
And we're taking note of all these predictions, and we'll certainly inform you
hold it
tomorrow as
against
to
us.
who's right and who's wrong. Song of the Year. And guess what? Billy Ray Cyrus gets a mention here, Paul.
Yes, and that was very exciting for us. That was basically made our day when we read that. However, we've gone for Save the Best for Last, or I have anyway.
For Vanessa Williams, and I thought perhaps Eric Clapton in that category.
Okay, so the Budskis divided again, Steve.
I'm agreeing with Jamie once again. I think Eric Clapton's light's shining very brightly at the moment. He certainly deserves this. And Tears in Heaven's it's a sad song about the loss of his son Connor in '91. He fell out of a building. So if anyone deserves this one, I think Eric Clapton.
Well, Paul, Jamie, and Stevie, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks,
Listening
Rob.
out for you on Triple M and B105.
That's right.
And nice to have you on 9:30 today. And of course, the Grammys tonight will review their predictions tomorrow. Coming up, job search techniques.
Why women do and they don't.